Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Lucid. So this will be actually quite exciting. So in big news on Lucid, the Lucid share price has increased today by 98%, but the share price later fell back down during the day. The share price almost doubled today. That's wild. Why is this happening? It's a good question. And what's the long-term successful rate of the Lucid company? That is a very good question, because now that Tesla has basically reduced the price of their car, a lot of companies, especially Lucid, is struggling. I think companies like Polestar will be fine. Now let me explain why. Because Polestar is operated under Volvo. Everything about Polestar is because of Volvo. Polestar is successful because Volvo is constantly helping them and funding the company because it's owned by Volvo. Lucid does not have a company that's helping it to manufacture its vehicles. They have to do this on their own. These factories, these investments, that's all on Lucid. This is a company whose share price used to be like $55. Now it's $12. So we really have to ask ourselves, honestly, what's the long-term perspective for Lucid? The success rate. Can they survive 2023 knowing that Tesla has slashed their prices? People right now who were going to buy a Lucid are now considering buying a Tesla because Tesla are so cheap right now. They're so cheap. And Tesla did this strategically. Tesla understood that they had a really strong monopoly on the market. It's not fair to call it monopoly because it's not really a monopoly. They have a really strong advantage on the market. Tesla can do this without losing. Lucid can't cut their price. NIO can't cut their price. Polestar can't. These startup EV companies, they would struggle to cut their price. Tesla can, and they can completely destroy another company. So 2023 poses to be quite interesting for a lot of reasons. Now, one of them is because the Saudi investment firm probably has a good reason for buying Lucid. Now, they already own like 60% of the shares within this company. So as I understand it, they're basically the owner of the company, but now they're considering buying out the entire company. That's a rumor, by the way. With this rumor, the share price almost doubled today. And as the rumor got a bit more realistic, people started to question in the rumor, is this even possible? The share price went back down about 45%. So in total, the share price have actually gained around 48% today, I think. But let's read into what I wrote about the Lucid share today. The Lucid, an electric vehicle manufacturer, has seen a surge in stock price by 98% to $17.81. Very impressive. Which later dropped back 43% to $12.87. So this is based on the report that Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund is planning to purchase the remaining stake in the company. This news suggests that Lucid will now be owned entirely by the Saudi company. Because right now, I think they own the majority, but there's other investors who own a large percentage. But they've always seemed very interested in owning the majority of this company. And now that the company is so cheap, yeah, they're really considering it now. Because admittedly, Lucid is overvalued based on their deliveries. They're not delivering much. Their long-term perspective, long-term potential, it's a lot bigger than it is right now. And it's worth a lot more than it is right now. So that's perhaps one of the reasons why they're so interested and keen in acquiring this company full out. Now, if they did bought all of the shares, does that mean that the company would just went private? Which could happen. Seriously, that could happen, and I don't know how we. I think that would kind of mess up the Lucid community, because the Lucid community, they love the cars, they love the cars, but they love the shares. Without the company being a public company, it's going to change a lot within the company. Fans might have a different reaction to Lucid. Fans of Lucid. We will not go private. I don't think so. Anyway, so the Saudi investment fund presently poses 65% of Lucid and has not declared whether it will purchase the outstanding share. Yeah, the fund has not declared whether it intends to acquire the balance of the stocks. That's important to note. I wanted to make that very important. This is no guarantee that the company will buy Lucid. Trading was suspended multiple times at the New York Stock Exchange this Friday in the afternoon owing to the increased market volatility. What the hell is going on? Seriously though. It's always weird when a share halt trading, especially when the price is going up. It's always weird and suspicious. Something about it just doesn't always feel right to me. Something about it doesn't always feel right. Seriously. And this has happened. Did this not happen with GameStop? When they were trending upwards and then the share price was going insane and trades were halted. Yeah. So this has happened before. So this is what we're looking at today. This is the activity. The share price actually created Mount Everest today. Seriously. The Lucid shares just went Mount Everest. They just took to the sky and it came back down a little bit. But for anyone who bought yesterday, for anyone who was buying in the last month or a few weeks, they've made about a 40 to 50% profit. Good job to you. And for the people who didn't buy Lucid share and now they're thinking, wait, I missed an opportunity. Well, it happens. It happens. Don't feel too bad. Anyway, the stock began to climb in the afternoon of the 27th of January today to a value of 17.80 cents. Unfortunately, the surge was cut shortly around 3 p.m. The stock has only gained 48% and was 13.28, trading as incredibly active for this stock. Yeah, the trading has been going through the roof. 168.5 million shares have been exchanged so far in the day alone, which is more than 6 times the usual amount. So previously, Lucid stock price plummet 76% from its peak of $55, following the example of other tech and EV stock which experienced a downfall due to mounting inflation. So back in 2018, the same Saudi company, the same Saudi group put 1.3 billion into Lucid and now holds around 65% of that company's shares. So that's kind of wild. But the thing to keep in mind is that if they invested 1.3 billion, they overpaid by a long way. Buying the remaining shares at such a cheap price would be a genius way to make up for your losses. In fact, it's the same principle I implement when I'm investing in stocks and shares. Not financial advice, by the way. It's just my own research and my own opinion. But yeah, that's what I do to make up back for the losses, because you never know if a share price will go back to where it used to be. You'll never know. So you have to make up for your losses. You know, like Warren Buffett usually says, some companies are just one puff of smoke away from bankruptcy. And you can take that one last puff before you have to throw it away. But I'm not saying this is Lucid. I don't think this is Lucid. They have so much potential. And their cars are actually good. I've got to be honest. In terms of speed, yeah, their cars are good. In terms of mileage, it looks good. Reliability, I'm not so sure. I haven't owned one. I wouldn't be able to speak on reliability, but from reviews and impressions, I think speed is insane. It's been beaten Tesla Plaid recently. I don't know if you guys seen that viral video of that race with the Lucid Sapphire. Holy shoot. I think it was a Sapphire. I think it was. I could be wrong. But it was a special edition Lucid Air. It beat everything. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter. You can go to our website, Monument, read these articles, and enter your email and subscribe. That's your way of supporting our business and this channel by subscribing. I don't send every article to people email. I only send the most important news, like the big news. I'll send the big news, but I don't send everything. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you in our next one.